My gay father told me just to breathe. And I realized I wasn't breathing, as this was happening, like while we were trying to have sex. So I started to breathe. And when I exhaled, it felt great. And since then, over time, when you have sex with a person, it just gets better and better and better. And that's what it did for me. It just got better and better. Now I can say that I'm sexually adventurous because, I met another guy who told me, hey, I do want to feel your holes. I do. But I also want you to feel mine. So, I was really involved with him at that time. And so I was willing to do it. And I did it and liked it. So I think that now I'm sexually adventurous. A submissive freak, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Freak. So you like a little bit of kink. Okay, Mama.
Oh, I do, yeah. Choke me up. I want to put on some leather and a mask, have a good time.
I enjoy kink as well. I actually was thinking about moonlighting as a sir for a while. So that's funny that you said that. So do you feel like you necessarily have to have bottom surgery in order to feel like a woman?
No, I don't think so anymore. For a long time, though, I did. And I'm still back and forth with where I want to go with that. Because I think about it internally for me, I'm a woman and have been for most of my life, at least 15 years at this point. So it's just like, do I need that? Now, what am I getting it for? Because if you do the research, is there feeling? Now, these are questions I'm presenting. Mm-hmm. Is there feeling? Are you getting it for the appearance so you can wear particular clothes and not have to worry about tucking and being uncomfortable? So I don't know. Like I said, I'm back and forth about it at this point.
We'll get to the ballroom scene. Of course, when I met trans people, that was my first introduction to like trans people face to face talking and hanging and chilling with them. Mm-hmm. So I never really thought about whether or not this person has what bottom they have per se. I always just, that's what you was giving me, that's what I'm going to take from you. And for you, I mean, from the first time we started hanging out, like you were just like my sister, like my little sister, like I never seen anything else. So I never really understood why that was always such a point of contention as a girl. Like,
well, for the men though, they want to know for that reason. Hey, but can I really maneuver with you? Like, because some guys will look at it as, okay, well, you have a vagina now, let's go. So, some of them really will. A lot of them really will. Because I've been asked that question often. Like, what's your bottom giving? And then when I tell them, oh, I still have XYZ, then they're like, oh, no. But, if it was the other way around, we could chat. So, I don't know. Then I ask myself, would I be doing it for them? I don't know.
And see, the reason why I asked those questions, because like you said, previously to you being 28, you said that you only had like foreplay and stuff like that. And because I think so much of the transition is sexualized, I don't know. I wanted to see what your answer or your thoughts would be on that, because I don't know where everybody's head is at during the transition.
Well, again, Keith, my experience was way different from other people's.
That's why I'm getting your, yeah.
Oh yeah, another person, because I didn't have, I want to say this and be politically correct. I didn't have to escort. And so I didn't do that. So sexually, I was just shut off. The stuff that people of my experience would have experienced in their younger years, I just did not. Because I didn't go that route.
This seems like you were really preoccupied with you becoming the person that you are today, most to me. And not in a selfish way, but you had a lot that you had to work through first.
Did I have a lot that I had to work through?
No. Not when I'm saying a lot to work through. Well, to me, Natasha, it would be. It might not be to you because it's light work to you now, girl. You done made it to this point. But to me, transitioning and dealing with that and dealing with where you fit in and stuff like that. To me, that is a lot.
That was a lot. You're right. So that piece alone was a lot for me, especially in those years. So I probably was dealing with trying to find where I fit into society, probably for like 6 or 7 years of my transition. Like even from graduating from college, then going into the work industry, corporate America at that, like, hey, where do I come out? Do I say, hey, I'm trans? What happens when that's exposed in my unit? Or how do I maneuver around that? What do I do? Because at that time, it still was not popular to be trans, how it is now today, and glamorized. It was really frowned upon, except for ballroom. So ballroom was really my outlet because I could be who I was. Whereas I guess in the real world, that's a piece of me that I couldn't share because you just never knew how people would receive it. And that could really have stunted a career, truly. Hey, this girl, her name's Natasha. She works great. She's phenomenal. We want to promote her, but she's trans. Then.
But one thing I will say that I didn't necessarily like, and I'll even let them remain nameless. But before I actually met you, remember, I always tell you I knew about you before I actually met you. And it was and I didn't know about you, but somebody has mentioned you, and they shouldn't have done that. Like,
who did that? I can't remember who. Oh. I said his last name. You said his first.
So I remember just that alone, how that was making its way around campus. Like, imagine a job that nobody that would have spread.
Oh, and it ended up happening.
When? Really? Tell me about that.
So when I was a district manager here in Atlanta, I forget how it happened. I think that someone from North Carolina, another district manager, was really, really good friends with another district manager that I worked with. And sure enough, the district manager here in Atlanta, he knew. And a guy tried to talk to me, and he said, oh, no, stay away. I remember hearing him say, oh, no, don't go that route or stay away from that. And that's how it started. And then I found out later that people used to whisper about it. Because I'm friends with, I no longer work for that company, but I'm friends with some people that, had worked with me. And they were saying, I was very honest with them and telling them I was trans so I could be myself around them. And we could have genuine conversations about real shit. Anyway, they told me that people were talking about it. And this one girl, she said she defended me to the day because she had seen me damn near naked. And she was like, no. No, no way. So I thought that was the sweetest thing. But
how did you think Natasha was going to be when you were younger versus how she is now? Or are there any differences? If there
are some differences, Keith. I was really uptight. I think I was like an uptight brute, to be honest with you, as like younger Natasha. I was really judgmental also.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were too.
Yeah. That's all.
Like kind of like aggressively, like I judged everything. And I think that after living life and seeing so much, I'm just real easy and calm now. Nothing bothers me. I kind of live in my own little world. I'm not as social as I used to be, and I just have zero tolerance for someone that just isn't for Natasha. Where before I used to really I used to aggressively seek validation. That was perfect. Now I don't.
Do you feel like at this point you feel so solidified in you that how you come across to the world just doesn't matter. So is that what's making this bloom start to happen? Because to me, something is going on with you, and it's good. It's all good. Like, it's just like a glow from within.
Well, I think yes. I think that my 20s were very reserved because of, I thought I had to keep an image. You know, there was an image that I wanted to uphold of myself. Well, now, you know, I really don't care what you think of me, so I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to present myself to you how I want you to see me. You know what I mean? So you're right. The blossoming and all the other good stuff, because I'm learning who I am. I didn't know who I was. I was so many other people but myself, trying to please everyone. You know what I mean? So being trans, and now that the trans experience is so accepted, it just makes it easier. As far as walking through everyday life, you know, you see me, I go with the traffic. Truly. Yeah. Let's take something back though, Keith. I'm sorry. Let's not frown upon escorting. I'm not gonna
No. Oh no, I wasn't. No, we gonna kill. No, I don't. If you gonna say, because to me, to be completely honest, we do it anyway.
Well, not only that, Keith, I started thinking about all the men I had slept with for nothing and got nothing from them. Where are they now?
So what's the beauty in not making money from something? Right, like she said. Yeah. And see, and that was another thing, because that's like, you had a totally, like, when we would be thinking of like all these trans, like, or quote unquote trans success stories, I would say at the beginning, before I learned better language and stuff like that, like, you was one of them, because I never knew you to be in any mess. I never knew you to even, you wasn't doing nothing, a lot of stuff that the other girls did. And I know, now, I don't know if you probably noticed that, but I do know other people looked at you differently because of that. And sometimes it wasn't always in the best light, because people were jealous of the fact that you didn't have to do that. And it was just like some local girls, but.
Oh, I know. I remember.
Yeah.
Even people, like in my house, like, that were doing the same thing. They thought that I thought I was better than them. That wasn't the case. I just didn't know how to approach them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm glad that you shared with me this experience. And if